Hello everyone. In this lecture we are going to start the new unit, and the name of the unit is accounting for liquidation of companies. So first of all we are going to look at the meaning of liquidation and then the modes of liquidation, or we can say modes of winding up. So let's start. We know that a limited company is an artificial person created by law. Hence, its existence and life also comes to an end through the process of law. So, what is liquidation? Liquidation means bringing to an end the corporate life of the company under legal proceedings. It means it is not necessary that the company to be liquidated must be insolvent. Even solvent companies can be liquidated if found necessary. So there is a procedure. We know that every company is incorporated according to the Companies Act, and that's why it is a artificial person and it cannot have a natural death, and that is why uh, with the legal proceedings company can bring to an end its corporate life. So to make the liquidation process easy and less consuming, government has made Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016, and it means with this act, means under this act, all the necessary sections has made which are useful for the liquidation of the company, and liquidation should be completed within 330 days. Initially the time limit was 180 days, which can be extended by 90 days, but amendment in Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016, the total time limit is now 330 days for the completion of insolvency procedure. Then an administrator called liquidator is appointed to carry out work related to liquidation. It is means a person who is appointed by the act, okay, for the process of liquidation, and that person or that administrator is known as liquidator. So that's the meaning of liquidation. In short, liquidation is the process of bringing to an end the corporate life of the company. Then the next content we are looking at is the modes of winding up. We can say modes of liquidation, how the corporate company is wind up. Okay, so there are three modes, there are three ways by which liquidation is made. So the first one is inability to pay debts. It means if the company is suffering from heavy losses, then it is impossible to pay debts. Even the total value of all the assets is less than the total liabilities. So this is the inability of the company to pay debts. In this situation, it is better to wind up the company, means it is better to shut down the company if the company is unable to pay its liabilities. Then the next mode, next reason is compulsory winding up. Okay, so under section 271 of the Companies Act 2013, a company may on petition can wound up by the tribunal. Okay, so what are the reason why the tribunal may wind up the company? So there are 5 reasons, okay, for which tribunal can wind up the company. So the first reason is if the company has a special resolution. It means if there is a special resolution resolved that the company would be wound up by the tribunal, then that tribunal may shut down the company. Then the second reason is if the company has acted against the interest of sovereignty or integrity of India, the security of India, or friendly relation with foreign state, public order, or morality, then the tribunal can wind up the company. It means if the company acted against the interest of India, against the integrity of India, against the relationship with the other countries, then that tribunal may shut down the company. Then the next reason is on the application made by registrar or any other person authorized by central government by notification under this act. So the tribunal is of the opinion that the affairs of the company have been conducted in fraudulent manner. If there are frauds made by the companies, then registrar may apply for the winding of the company. And the next one is inability in filing financial statements with registrar. We know that it is necessary to send the financial statement to the registrar, and if the company has made in default in filing with the registrar its financial statement or annual returns for immediately preceding 5 consecutive financial years, means if more than 5 years if they are unable to send the financial statements or return annual returns, then company can be wound up. Then the last reason is if the tribunal is of the opinion that it is just equitable that the company should wind up. If it is the opinion of the tribunal to shut down the company, then they can shut down the company. So these are the reasons, okay, by which compulsory winding up can be made according to the section 271 of Companies Act 2013. Then next point we are going to look at is petition for winding up under section 272, means in respect of compulsory winding, if petition is submitted or made by the following authorities or following stakeholders, then company can wind up. So who can make the petition for the winding up of the company? The first one is the company itself. Then the next one is any contributory. Any contributory means creditor or debenture holders, or we can say any person who have contributed in the company. Then the next one is any person specified in clauses A and B. Okay, so under the Companies Act 2013 there are clause A and B, and the persons who are mentioned in this clause can make the petition for the winding of the company. Then the next one is registrar of the company, and last one is any person authorized by central government. So these are the stakeholders who can present the petition, okay, under the section 272. Then the third mode of winding up, third type of liquidation is the voluntary liquidation. Okay, if company voluntarily want to end up the corporate life of the company, then that we can say voluntary liquidation. So voluntary liquidation can be made with the help of section 59 of IBC 2016. IBC means Bankruptcy Act, Indian Bankruptcy, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. So what is the procedure which is followed for the voluntary liquidation? Any corporate person who is intended to liquidate itself voluntarily and has not committed any default may initiate voluntary liquidation. Okay, so any company who has not committed any default may initiate voluntary liquidation. Voluntary liquidation means company itself decides to end up the corporate life of the company. So if there are isn't any kind of default, means isn't any liability, okay, over the company, then those board of members can make the resolution or make the declaration for the voluntary liquidation. So what are the conditions? First condition is a declaration from the majority of directors. So there should be a declaration. This procedure is followed for the voluntary liquidation. First of all, the board of directors should declare that they have made a full inquiry into affairs of the company and they have formed an opinion that either the company has no debts and it will be able to pay debts in full form after selling its assets. And the next declaration should be made by them is the company is not being liquidated to defraud any person. Okay, so these two declarations are made by the directors of the company. After the declaration, there should be a submission of documents. Okay, what are those documents? First of all, audited financial statement and record of business operations of the company for the previous 2 years. And the next document is a report of the valuation of its assets. Okay, means valuation should be made of the assets by the professional or valuer. These two documents should be accompanied by the directors. Then the next step is within the 4 weeks of a declaration, there shall be a special resolution of the members of the company. Members means shareholders of the company. There should be a special resolution by the shareholders of the company for the winding up of the company. When? Within the 4 weeks of declaration from board of directors. Then after the special resolution, company should notify the registrar of the company that company is winding up. Okay, means the information should be given to the registrar that there is a special resolution made by the board of directors and the members of the company to wind up the company. Then the last one is approval of creditors. If there are creditors, then the approval should be taken from them. Okay, because they have interest in the company, they have given loan or you can say money in the company, so there should be approval of these creditors. Okay, and after this procedure the company is wound up. Okay, so this is the procedure is followed. So we have seen the meaning and the types of liquidation. We should stop here, and in the next lecture we are going to look at the procedure and how the liquidator is appointed, okay, under the Companies Act, and what procedure is followed to liquidate the company. Okay.